What way are you sending me the link?
I'm going to send it. Yeah. Welcome to the second half of the Ireland-Scotland Sunday match in the Camrose 2026. Just going to send a link out to a few people now. Every email. Make up by email. Just to your email. Send it to Enda. Session. YouTube. So, for those that have rejoined, welcome back. Just catch up on a bit of admin. And at the moment there is no swing on board. Board 17 is being played in the other room. I have a feeling there's a potential swing coming on 17. But let's just look at 18 first. 3 diamond is typical non-vulnerable preempt. South, of course, 3N, which is quite wide ranging. West, trusts his partners with 4 diamonds, and now went past double. Club lead, another club. So he's got 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, a spade and a heart. That sounds like 6 tricks for 3 off for 500, which isn't a great save if they're not making 3N, of course. But 3N looks as if it's got some chances. The trouble is on the heart lead, which probably would lead a heart because it just sounds like South's got double diamond stop. Then your entries to North Hand are restricted. And they may have time to set the hearts up. You may make 9 tricks. It'll be touch and go. 3 in the trump would have been touch and go. So 4 diamonds may be the wrong thing. So if anyone wants a real British commentary, I suspect it's going on in the other room. We're watching Mark Moore and John Carroll. We're playing 2-over-1 with transfers over a club. And we're also watching Derek Diamond at Ian Simon, a fairly new Scottish partnership, although they're not spring chickens, been around for a number of years. So we think this was going 3 off, and in the other room I said they haven't bid it yet, and the only thing that's happened is that Scotland have bid 6-no trump on board 17, which looked like it didn't have a prayer, and it's duly going 2 off for 11 imps to Ireland, which you should see coming through in the score shortly. And that's just what the doctor ordered for Ireland. So that's tightened it up to nearly a drawn match, which is a great start, and there's potential here as well. If any Scots spectators have joined on the link I sent on the Wheel Bridge, you're more than welcome. We tried to be fairly neutral here with our presentation, and it's just providing points of interest to the members of the Bankers Bridge Club and the Regent Bridge Club in Dublin, Ireland, and anyone else that wants to join. I'm Peter Goodman, and we have Enda Murphy and Aoife MacHale will respond to any chats you might send in the YouTube link. Don't bother sending in the Wheel Bridge because I won't be answering them. And the reason we use YouTube, it's tailored more towards the Irish audience, whereas Wheel Bridge is more sort of safe and in the middle type commentary. And we have the benefit that this gets saved in YouTube and can be fast forwarded and played back at a time in the future. There's some very interesting systems that we discuss as we go along. So it was a very strange 4-diamond bid by Ian Syme, not the sort of bid that Harry and his partner would have made, and Roy would have made in the previous match. I think this pair is a bit more aggressive. Ireland have brought in Mark Moran and John Carroll to replace Carl Raymaker and Anna Ornishak, who were playing in their first Camrose for a number of years. So it actually went 4 off, which is even more expensive than 3 off, and very expensive at 3 that Trump doesn't make. And
the other table has gone 3 diamonds, double by south, 4 clubs by north, 4 spades by south, pass, pass, pass.
So in the other room they have reached 4 spades, which is a better contract than 3 no Trump. And it has got fairly good chances. Waiting for 19 because we're way ahead, which is go back to the beginning of this and see what we think 4 spades would have played. Might need the king of spades lead to trouble it, but see is
7 of diamonds lead.
When a diamond leads, then that's quite good because he only has to rough 1 diamond. He's got a diamond, a heart loser, and a spade loser. And it's whether he's got the entries to finesse the spades twice, which is what he needs to do. And he sort of does, doesn't he? He's got a heart entry and a diamond rough. So it's here. So he has a chance of making this. But he's got to keep his spade losers to 1 in the other room. It's played by new guy, Gintz. 3 months. 3 months. I must admit, I've only met Gintz once, so I don't really know him. Youngish guy. So we're waiting for board 19 and playing a little bit ahead of the field in this match. As normal, if the hand is of no interest and it's going to be flat, I'll suggest that you fast track onto the next board when it happens so that anyone watching in playback and not just wasting their time watching paint dry. I won't be editing these videos, so what you see now is what will be on playback, but of course you can fast forward it. Right, we have board 19 has appeared now, and what are we doing on this one? South will be bidding. Non-vulnerable West might be bidding because aces and kings are good, jacks are bad, so it's an in-between 11 count. Non-vulnerable definitely would have bid. Might still be vulnerable. No, he hasn't. North will be bidding diamonds. 6-4 shape is always biddable. And these days, East will probably overcall a heart, even though it's not a textbook overcall. And South, heart stop isn't great, probably make a negative double. A diamond from North shows some shape with their methods, otherwise they'd open a club with their balanced hands that aren't in the no trump range. So diamond, a shapely diamond, a heart overcall as predicted, and I don't think he's going to think his heart stop is wonderful. So it's likely a no. And West will have something to say about the option in a minute. The options for West are 3 diamonds to show a what they call a mixed raise, 8 to 11, 2 no trump to show about 10, 11 as a maximum pass, and 4 hearts. And I think he correctly chose. Well, probably correctly chose. The only downside is that King Jack of Diamonds doesn't really look like it's holding its full weight on the auction. Maybe he's only worth a 3 diamonds bid, a mixed raise. In my humble opinion. North hasn't shown a great time of 3 diamonds because he could have doubled 2 no trump first. He had a really good 14 plus. And I think the double of a heart was probably, I think it was just 4 spades wrong. 4 plus. South knows his partner is not great, so he's passing. And West has got this decision where to bid 3 hearts vulnerable. I don't think he should with King Jack of Diamonds. But it's rare when you bid 2 no trump, you would be selling out, I must admit. It's very rare, which is why I would suggest 3 diamonds would have been a better bid by West. But that would have got them to the 3 level in any case, so he's done better.
Look, we're in the lead.
Board 18, 4 spades did make, so he did play it well. But remember, 4 diamonds doubled, went 4 off. So Ireland have now taken the lead. And I wouldn't be surprised if it takes Mark Moran and John Carroll towards the top of the Butler, because they were pretty high up. Here we go, they're up to 2nd place with the new English partnership of Cope and Ericsson leading. I haven't seen them play much together. 4 pairs above 0.75 imps aboard, which is very, very good score. So 3 diamonds is being played, and let's see what to do. He's roughing the heart, suppose. You won't know whether West or East has the ace of hearts because they lead the king for both king, queen and ace king. And he's probably going to lose 2 diamonds, and we could play it for win-loser. And it's convenient for him to guess the spades right because he needs the entries to take the diamond finesse. whether he plays ace and runs the 10 or whether he plays spade to the jack. I think it'll be a spade to the jack. East has shown 5 hearts, so he's less likely to have 4 spades. Now, because I'm watching this on full screen mode, I can't see the chats which you might put into YouTube, so it'll be either Aoife or Enda will be sending any replies to any questions you may have. Feel free to ask away.
Okay.
You have to chat about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's using his club entry because that's the definite entry. And I think he put a diamond to the queen. Yep.
They're in 3 hearts, the other room.
I'm not surprised if anyone is in 3 hearts, and it probably doesn't play greatly well. It plays pretty badly, actually. So the Scottish pair showed better judgment than I would have in avoiding getting to 3 hearts.
It's the Irish pair in 3 hearts.
Yeah, the Scottish pair in this room showed better judgment. You could even argue that's one of the few times you wouldn't raise to 3 with 4 card support when your diamond holding is so bad. We're all very good at upgrading hands, but never good enough at downgrading hands. And that's what West needed to do here. So, not surprisingly, he didn't take the deep diamond finesse, so he cast the ace, hoping they're 3-3. He doesn't know if they are or not now. He's not going to risk it. Setting up his club. Okay, he's going to find out that they're on 3-3 now. And then he's going to be tapped. Which means he's going to have to guess the spades right, which I think he probably will, depending on which heart West plays. West is a passed hand, remember. He's turned up with the king, jack of diamonds, and the king of clubs. And as you go, counting carefully, know that's 7 points. So he should try and hide that ace of hearts. Otherwise, the spade finesse is easy to get right. Okay, well, I don't think Easter's help matters there because West had shown 4 hearts, so he was either got queen to 4 or ace to 4. Now, when he sees the queen of hearts, he knows the West had ace to 4 hearts, so careful counter this hand's all about. So now he should really know that East has got 2 clubs and 3 spades left. And they include the queen of spades. If they don't, West had passed with a 13 count. Now, you don't always have your counting cap on every hand. That's really the part scores. So you may not have got the advantages that I have of seeing all 4 hands. So I didn't even have to count, but I was trying to count along. So careful counting will tell you now that you can play ace of spades and run the 10. But he does need 4 more tricks. He doesn't mind too much if the spades are 4-1, are 4-2, because it means they'd probably make 3 hearts. So I suppose it's possible that West has still got the 9 of clubs left. Remember, the tuner trumpet guaranteed 4 card hearts. Sort of hand you'd easily get wrong in some Irish Camroses after a night on the Guinness. I don't think this team were allowed to drink Guinness last night. Okay, so it's basically playing for the spades. 3-3, as they're likely to be. Well played, well worked out. And there we are in the other room. 3 hearts did go 1 off. So John was on a winner. If the spades were 4-2, then 3 hearts was making. So flat board. We'll go 20 in both rooms. We have a lot of kibitzers here, 37. Although some people, I think, have kibitzed on every single table. They even got David Walsh watching. Welcome, David. So 2 spades, which was simply a weak 2. It looks like a weak 2. It's quite a chunky weak 2, that, isn't it? 11 cards, single to jack isn't worthless, and jack to 3 isn't great. So vulnerable, it's probably okay, but a bit heavy. It's not going to shut up North, who is too good to beat tuner trump, which is why he doubled. His partner's going to try and sign off in 3 hearts, I would think, by bidding maybe tuner trump. Yep. West wishes he opened 1 spade now. And North is a bit good to bid 3 clubs, which, or is he? The point is his partner's not really signing off in clubs, so he can bid 3 clubs. Okay. Made the pragmatic bid of partner got 20 points. I know you've said you've got a poor hand, but I'm going to play you for the mid-range of a poor hand. So he's shown 0 to 8 and he's played him for a 4 count. Very reasonable. I remember we talked about this yesterday, when they preempt and you're desperate to guess what partner's got, give him 50% of points that you don't really know about. So you know there's about 8 points in the West hand, so give him 50% of 12 points remaining. So West is no doubt going to be quite happy here. I need the Queen of Spades, expecting it to go off, put in this Queen of Hearts, and it might well go off.
At the other table, 1 spade was opened. North doubled and South bid 2 hearts. And North bid 2 no trump and South bid 3 no trump. And 5 of clubs lead.
Okay, they're in 3 and in the other room, but they've played the other way up. They've got a club lead. Spade lead looks to be the one that's going to cause the damage here. So you can't see the 4 small spades in the south hand, but Doesn't make much difference, you just continue with the jack. So in the meantime, can the opponents scramble their 9 tricks? We've got 4 diamond tricks, 2 spades is 6, and 2 clubs is 8. Where there's 8, there's often 9. So he probably can do it by throwing in West. But why should he? Why should he play West to have the ace queen of hearts? Does he have? He has a few choices. When he cashes the ace king of clubs, West shows out. He can cash 3 diamonds and they both follow, so he cashes the 4th diamond. And West will no doubt have thrown a heart and a spade. And he might be able to work out to throw him in with a spade, but he can't get to the south hand to throw him in with a spade. So I think he's just going to play east for the queen of hearts and go 1 off. Like to be losing a trick to east first because he hasn't got a spade to come back. So maybe you play diamond to the king and run the 8 of clubs, try to run it. Cash the ace of clubs and that club to the 8 any good? Not really. So he can't enjoy his 4th diamond and throw West in. So if I look at the double subby serve, it probably says it can't be made. And it says it can't be made. Okay, we had a strategy, but entries stop us from throwing West in. Okay, so cashing the ace of clubs. Opening the clubs at 3-3. Which is good, because the hard finesse needs the diamonds 3-3 and the hard finesse. Okay, so well, that was plan A. Now he's going to switch to plan B, which is going to be to take the hard finesse. West has opened a vulnerable 2 spades, so he's likely to have the ace of hearts. Three tricks he's made. He's got a spade, 4, 3 diamonds is 7. He's probably going to make the 4th diamond is 8. And at some stage he needs to take the hard finesse. Or he can play a heart to the king. Doesn't give West very much for his vulnerable 2 spades. Just deciding which hard finesse he will be taking. Okay, cash his diamonds first. More interesting in the room because he did lead a club. So declare as a tempo ahead. Might be able to end play east on a club lead. I think they're going to make him there's a room. The hard pips were quite favourable. 10, 9 hearts are right. once they don't lead a spade. It's only Coke Zero at the moment, no red wine, it's too early. Okay, as expected, 300 went one off in this room, and it's going to be pretty close to making the other one. You will tell us, how's it looking, isn't it?
It's making.
Yeah. I had a feeling it would make on a club lead. As much as momentum is important when you're looking for imps, tempo is important when you're playing a hand. If they don't find the right lead, then you can be a tempo ahead. It was pretty close between a spade and a club lead. A lot of sympathy for a club lead. So a club could be balanced, and they tend to open a lot of their 11 counts, as you can see there, but it is stuffed with 10s. So, and the fact he's got 7 cards in majors is also a factor that they bear in mind when they open a club. They're playing transfers, so a club of diamond is natural. The spade denies, in principle, it denies a 4-card major. Could be a big hand with 5 diamonds and 4-card major. Normally it denies a 4-card major. The reason why I don't commentate on the Wheelbridge platform is other comments. Don't want anyone making a comment when they put the name in. Right, club, spade. If you're playing against these transfers, you should probably play in general, the double of a spade to show both majors rather than just spades. Tip has come over from England. Well-known Irishman, Dan McIntosh. So Estes wasn't playing the double show both majors, so he felt had to pick 2 spades. That's bought the contract. So there's nothing more to say. North knows his partner's got some minors but couldn't compete. So that's where they play, and they're non-vulnerable. And likely take the spade finesse, which means they've got 5 spade tricks, 2 heart tricks is 7, and the diamond is 8. But in the meantime, the opponents would have made 3 club tricks. Queen of Hearts comes down, so this shouldn't be a problem.
So they're in 2 spades the other room as well.
So,
but North didn't open. East opened to diamond.
So those of you that are watching this in playback, this is one of those hands I'm suggesting you fast forward to board 22 because it's going to be flat or 1 imp. And look at what happens on 22. Unfortunately, we can't throw in the white flag and fast forward, so we'll just have to plow our way through this and give you a chance to have a look if there's any chats. So the screen will be slightly smaller for a little while. And we had a few questions earlier. Why was Tom Handling dropped for this match? Well, I don't think he was dropped. He just wasn't available. He's over in France. That's why the Rainmaker and Unshak have replaced them, and they're playing quite well. It's very tough coming in as a new pair when your team are leading by 10 VPs after the first weekend. So they're keeping their end up. And I'd expect them to be playing in the first half of the next match. You have to play 5 sets. Otherwise you're not entitled to win the trophy. Okay, so that was a bit of a boring board. It's likely to be flat, but we don't know. Scotland pulled a bit back because of that 3-no trump, remember, they made? That was 12 inches back. Scotland are making their points on game swings. Ireland are making their points on regular part score swings. Surprising how they add up. 5-card spade suit. Not quite enough for a takeout double by South. Non-vulnerable. Well, he is non-vulnerable. He might have tried it. And shorted by West. He didn't think he had enough 4 clubs. I'm not so sure myself. 5-card support in the void is pretty chunky. With an ace as well. So if he had bid 4 clubs, he wouldn't have interested East. He would have still bid 4 spades. Is he going to make this? So likely to lose a spade. But he won't lose a heart. And he's got this problem with the diamond suit. 7 of hearts is difficult to read. 7 big majors, so he would not be worried about leaning away from the king. South side ace queen. 10 of diamonds, he might have to run this. I don't think he will run it. I think he'll rise with the ace and try and rough out the heart king. And if all that fails, he'll play for the ace of diamonds to be right. And in between, he'll be trying to rough out the ace of clubs. So he will have to take the spade finesse in case they're 3-0. Or in case they're 2-1, even with the king right and everything else wrong. So it means he's probably going to lose a spade. And he's probably going to lose 2 diamonds. Will he run out of trumps because he's got 4 clubs to rough? I mean, if that's the case, he can't afford the spade finesse. So he does have 4 clubs to rough, but if he takes a spade finesse, loses, and they play a spade back, it could be a trump short. So I'd still be thinking on this hand, can I afford the spade finesse? If South has king X, you can't. But if North has king X, we've gone off in a laydown. When your luck's out, you always guess these wrong. But it's not necessarily right to take the spade finesse. Because of these 4 clubs in your hand, you've got to do something with. Where can they go unless you rough them? Spade finesse is 50-50, and so is a diamond to king 50-50. And even if a diamond to the king loses, you still play diamond to the jack. So you maybe, well, you can't play a diamond straight away. That sounds, it looks a bit silly. But you play a spade to the ace and you ref a club in it. Okay, well, he's thinking on the same lines that you can't afford the spade finesse, so that's good. Trying to rough out the king of hearts, which we said might happen. Okay, it's also worked out that you need to rough 4 clubs. He's doing this a lot quicker than I am.
There are 4 spades the other table, 7 of hearts lead.
Yeah. Okay, so coming to the crucial stage, you have to decide soon whether you're going to take this spade finesse. You can't cross rough it all, can you? Okay, he's decided you can't. Well played. Well played. I hope that's mathematically correct. It's a close thing. It's a close thing. He knows he's got enough spades left to rough his clubs. And even if North had king X of spades, he's probably still got good chances of making. So now he's just going to try and make 11 tricks by doing something with the diamonds. I think he might be a trump or 2 short for that. Yes, he's drawn the jack of spades, but now he's got an issue with his last club. Diamonds, the queen might work here for an extra trick. Maybe he's thinking of that. No. Okay, well, they did the right stuff in the other room and made 4 spades too. So well played all round.
They finessed the spade.
They finessed the spade, but they found then that they couldn't play a spade back because you only had singleton king. So finessing the spade works when there's stiff king. So he then just played a diamond to the king, I suspect, at some stage. 10 tricks. Here they might make 11. Okay, he played a diamond to the queen, to the jack. And that's worked out very well. But North can put a club back and knock his entry out. So. So the odds were ever so close in this hand, and I'm not going to try and work out as whether you should take the spade finesse. They took the spade finesse out of the room and still made it. This room they didn't, and they still only made 10. So a lot more interesting than board 21. So those who that fast forwarded, it was well worth it. So on 23 is we're looking at 23. We'll just click on the scores to see what's happening in the other match. So as we can see, England have tightened up to only 5 VPs behind, and they were 11 or 12 at some, well, 15 at one stage behind. So they've got 17.6, so they can only get another 2.4 maximum. So I'll need to be really getting at least 13 out of this match, and we've only got 8 at the moment. So work to be done, but plenty of boards, 10 more boards. We have a fresh pair in with John Carroll and Mark Moran. So when the trump was strong, 2 diamond transfer, 2 spades was a 4-card heart support. Not clear the difference between 2 spades and 2N. Personal preference is to bid 2N with all my 4-card supports, and 3 clubs and 3 diamond with some of the good 3-card supports and 5 cards in that suit. So 3 diamonds is a retransfer, 3 hearts he was told to do, and it's better to be played by the west hand. A lot better on this hand. And not for the first time this weekend, John Carroll finds himself with an awkward looking opening lead. He's not going to lead a trump. He can't really lead a spade. So it's...
They opened a heart at the other table.
Okay. Well. Really? Oh, he's talking. No, he's
Sorry, they opened a club.
in the other room. They play a strong club with their 17 counts. So
Club past the heart.
probably stuck to 4 hearts.
Yeah.
Played the other way up. 4 hearts plays better by Westerman. So only hand I would have led a diamond. John is a club, but there's not much in it. 3 to the jack, a bit safer than 4 to the jack. But certainly there's hardly anything in it. Open leads can be so crucial. Club is led and he'll hop up to the queen. Could easily play to 10 to find out where the jack is. So we've seen the 9 of hearts. Might encourage him to finesse. 9-7 doubleton, he might have played well. No reason to finesse. So now he's got 2 spades, a diamond, and a heart loser, we would think. I think this is going 1 off, played by West, played by East. We're in a different ballpark. Don't know what the lead was. Was it just 10 of spades? No, it wasn't.
Okay.
But they've just led the 10 of spades. No, they haven't led the 10 of spades.
I don't know what they did. 7 of clubs.
I guess the mark I didn't. No, I didn't. Okay, I didn't guess a half right in the other room either, so looks like it's 1 off in both rooms. Okay. Another hand you can probably fast forward to board 24. And you've got to work out some rules for yourself, what you do with 9-card fits. Do you finesse? Do you play for the drop? 8 ever, 9 ever is a bit old-fashioned. And the thinking normally is if the bidding's been competitive, you finesse. If the bidding hasn't been competitive, you play for the drop. But it's the odds are so close. Okay, so we're overtaking the other room now. So 17 count again. That's a strong club, but probably in the other room, although it's a poor 17. But there's no choice but to open a strong club, I expect. So in this room, it'll be a spade, and East will, this vulnerability might just go all the way to 4 spades. He won't make a splinter on the 6 count in the singleton king. He might just make a limit raise to 3. Okay, not surprised. You're a bit 4 these days. when you have a singleton. That's the telltale point. Try and have a singleton when you're so low in values. Preferably a working singleton rather than singleton king. West has got enough points to cover him. The king of spades is right. So club, a diamond and a heart is all you're going to lose, isn't it? So I'm very tempted to say fast track this one. See, there's nothing in it. You can rough your hard loser if you need to. So this is one again, I would say, if you're watching on playback, fast track to board 25. And I'll be meeting at the other end. I don't think I'll be making much commentary on this one. Seems like it's time for a cup of tea. I'll leave you in Aoife's capable hands. Okay, thank you for a cup of tea. Anything happening?
No.
Some four spades in the other room, isn't
Yeah. Let's go over to the club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Including the Davidson.
Oh, I'll have a look at.
Oh, moved on to the other board. I didn't quite catch the bidding on this board. The other board looks like it was flat. Two Hearts was opened by John, which was 5-5 and weak. Two No Trump was natural. And that's where they played. The space was led.
Oh, Keen and Derek won the Davidson.
With whom? Keane.
With Carrot with Keen.
Phillips running.
Mm.
Okay, so hot off the press, Derek O'Gorman and Keane Holland win the Davidson.
Deirdre and Seamus were second, and John and Caroline were third.
And Seamus Costello and Deirdre Tucker were second. Who was third?
John Noonan and Caroline.
And John Noonan and Caroline were third. So well done to them more. Did BJ play?
No.
First event I've seen where BJ hasn't been playing. So might have missed a few plays on this one. Defense made Tuna Trump up 2. In the other room, they've reached 3 No Trump. After North didn't open, and there was a strong club opener from East. So it looks like 3 No Trump has good play. Duncan has been right. It's unbeatable, so it feels like 25 is going to be 10 imps to Ireland, which will tighten it back up again to 53 all. But they haven't played yet. So 26 club opened, which is could be short waist. In the other room, a club opened will be a strong club. And we're going to get to some heart contract. Now here, they still respond to the heart. People just tend not to pass it with the short club anymore. It's one of the reasons why the transfers are so effective, because you can bid over the short club on next to nothing, and Partner Reapers won the Treb 18-19 when you play transfers over a club. So that was promised to bid very light. 4 hearts, okay. It will be the same contract in the other room, and it doesn't look too bad with the hearts queen favourable. It's got a spade, a heart. Blues are off the top. Spade pips are quite good, and the hearts are 2-2. So it looks to me like it's 11 tricks, and there might be some people in a pairs field will be played in one club. I think they're going to get to it in the other room, the strong club. Clear. So there's not much in the play of this one. Really, you've just got to get the dummy somehow to play a heart up. You probably try to get there with the spade first, and if that doesn't work, you try and get there the roughing the club. So 10 or 11 tricks isn't the problem in the play, it's the problem in the bidding to get there. You can see the 10 imps have come back now for that game that was bid and missed by the Scots. Shows how effective this Lucas 2 opening is. That's 5-5 in spades and another, or 5-4 sometimes. You've got to use it with a bit of discipline, but it sometimes pushes opponents into games they wouldn't otherwise bid. But more often than not, it gives them problems.
Yeah, I think they should have bid it the other side. They opened 2 and went 2 neutral. Pass. So.
West might have been 3. Yeah, they might have bid game on 25 in the other room as well. In this room. So a few more boards to go. Get up to board 32. So 6 more boards to go, and we feel that I'll need to get another 15 imps at least. Otherwise they put themselves under pressure for the last match, which is against WBU, that are currently being hammered by England, but as you can see, Ireland have pulled back a little bit because of those 10 imps. England are close to a maximum. they've got 18.45, and 20 is the maximum. And they've got another set played by probably their third pair. Remember, you can't win this with just two pairs. You need all three of your pairs playing certain minimum number of boards, which I believe is 5 of the 10 sets. You can choose when to play them, but they have to play those sets. Not clear what the penalties are if you don't, but I'm sure they exist. The Irish pair that are replacing Tom Hand and Conor Boland have had a tremendous 2 seasons in Irish bridge. They've won an awful lot of national titles, so it's good to see them playing together at this level. So, a bit of technology going on here. I have a PC behind me that's got, which I swing around and watch sometimes, the other table. And then I've got Aoife sitting on the couch, let me know what's going on in some of the other tables. And on top of all that, we have Enda Murphy, who is responding and sending comments via the YouTube chat.
He hasn't sent any.
He hasn't said, he's probably watching the rugby highlights. But Enda was ideally going to be co-commentating with me, but we couldn't get the dual commentating working unless we use mobile phones, and they're a bit small. So that looked like a flattish board. Now we're on board 27. There's hopefully some interest here, and there's still on board 25 in the other room. They're finished. That's the time limits we get. So on 27, South has got one of these 11 counts, 5, 4, 2, 2, Queen X. Queen X is an absolute appalling top holding. So totally agree with passing that one. The weak no trumpers would be in there with a weak no trump. And North can't do anything 13 hand, we would like to. So Easter's got a free run with a spade. And Adam Mesber will possibly be upgrading that to a strong club. Pretty chunky 16. And West just raised 2 spades, and 1 spade was 5. 2 spades covers a multitude of hands. I prefer it to be a bit stronger than that. I would have been 1 the trump on the West hand first. Not enforcing 1 the trump, but 2 spades works out well. East is obviously expecting more because he's made a game try. And he's got to do something with 16, hasn't he, really? And West, partner said, look at your heart suit and see if it's going to help me. Even though he's got 5 of them, it probably isn't going to help him. So he signs off in 3 spades. And you seem to have 2 clubs, a diamond and a heart loser at the least. And I doubt you're going to guess the spade right. So this is a little bit high. Why is it high? Well, maybe East should have won the trump. Maybe West should have won the trump. When the trump needed to hit the table from one of them. Much easier for me because I can see four hands. It's not that many years ago when I used to play this event. Maybe it is actually. So, diamond lead, quite aggressive from Mark. And that might help declare her. Now there's no diamond loser. And if he plays clubs himself, he might only have one heart loser. So he might be able to have two clubs, a heart and a spade loser. He could also get the spade right because there's no quick entry to dummy, but now the diamond lead has given him an entry to dummy to take the spade from this. So could be a Grosvenor. Grosvenor is when you had the contract off, but you gave declarer a chance to make it, yet he still goes off. And that's what the diamond lead was, a Grosvenor. I'm not sure why it's called a Grosvenor. That's one for Enda to investigate. Use Google Chat, use Claude, which is might be better than Google Chat. I'll advise you. So he's trying to set up club trick. Seven of spade won't be an entry, so he's struggling to get to dummy, of course, again. Well, he can rough it down, can't he? So, two tricks for the defense so far. They need three more. We've obviously got a club and a heart. And South, remember, is a passed hand. And you will find out quite soon he's got the ace of clubs and you know he's got the king of diamonds. So he's unlikely to have the ace of hearts. So well guessed by Derek there. Well, the heart seems a bit blocked. They could get a heart rough. So he probably needs to cash one more spade. But then he won't be able to enjoy his club. So say he plays another club, South can rise with the ace and get his heart rough. And that's what his only hope really, isn't it? He knows he's trying to switch to a small heart, so he's got the ace and hopefully he doesn't have ace to four. So ace to three will get you rough. So to make it, he's got to cash the ace of spades, ace of diamonds, rough a diamond, but now he loses two hearts to club. So play a club and hope the defense don't get the heart rough. That's his best hope. Certainly I wouldn't fast track over this one. It's delicately poised. East has spent quite a bit of time thinking, which gives South a bit of time to decide what's he going to do when this expected club comes. Okay, he's realised that wouldn't have worked, so he's cashed the spade. And now he's playing the club, which is sort of interesting. But you see, that might work. That might work. Won't work now. If he played the club, South would have. Hoping to end play South, which you might have done here. Well played. And that was a single dummy. I think South is end played, doesn't he? Well, I suppose he can cash the Queen of Hearts and exit with the diamond. That's what he has to do. Queen of Hearts and exit with the diamond. Okay. He may as well do that because he knows the club can't be right. Does a diamond, does a club also work? He can only throw one card on the club. Yes, he's got, looks like no losing options. Okay, that's fine. So it was an interesting hand that's just...
Look at the bidding on 26 in the other room. East opened a club. South bid a heart, which I think transferred to spades. Has two spades.
Heart wasn't transferred to spades. A heart was two suits. Then two spades doubled.
Doubled.
Might not be cheap. So we've got a lot of interest about 26 in the other room, whether in two spades doubled. And I won't flick to it on this screen, but those of you that are looking at the screen, have a look at board 26, and it's not clear how two spade doubled, how many off it's going to go. It might only go two off. The reason 26 is interesting, it's what happens when you come in over a strong club against a pair that's well prepared for you to come in over a strong club. It used to work 30 years ago, you just bid a spade over a strong club and they wouldn't know what to do. But they're more organised now. So a diamond, a heart, and no trump. Okay, so that's common enough auction. It's got a weak no trump, and North is on lead again with one of these hands he hates how to lead from. Probably going to lead a spade, although he's not too happy about it. Club is just guessing. And the spade lead works okay, doesn't it? For the defence. The clever has got two spades, two hearts is 4. Three clubs is 7. If he attacks clubs are on diamonds, diamonds is a bit slow. In the meantime, the defence have got two spades, a heart, two diamonds, and a club. Two spades, a heart is 3, two diamonds is 5, and a club is 6. So it looks like one the trump is probably going to just make. Okay, I'm going to make an overtrick now. It's either going to be a spade or a club. Club is gambling, your partner's got club length. Spade was gambling, your partner's got 4 spades, I suspect. You know, an awful lot of leads North in particular has had when it's sort of been guesswork. A choice of 2 suits. One's good and one isn't so good. Nothing's happening on the rear bridge. No? So Aoife will keep us informed on 26. How many offers are going?
At the moment, they're only on the 4th train.
Okay. Could flick to board 26 on the screen, but I don't think I will because it will just be make everyone dizzy. I'm going to flick around and look at it. It's like it's either 500 or 800. But if you're watching on playback, you can't actually see the hands in the other room. You'd have to go into a real bridge, and they're kept for quite a bit of time, and look at the corresponding hand. I think maybe the secret on the YouTube presentations is to flick between hands, so we can show you something of interest. So all routes seem to lead to 7 tricks, and 7 tricks were duly made. Okay, so we're flying ahead of the other room here. 53-53 still. North has got to open with quite a good hand. It's a 17 count hand. With 5 diamonds and 4 hearts, I think you should open when you trump quite often, because unless your suit's good enough to reverse, it's difficult to describe. With 5 diamonds and 4 spades, you can safely open a diamond, because you've always got a rebid.
And he went one off. Doubled.
Okay, so the lead has gone back to Scotland because 2 spades doubled only went 1 off. So it could have gone 2 off, potentially. Certainly a hand to look at. And 26. So he's opened a diamond because he's got a rebid. He's got a heart, and he's got 2 spades, which I believe is game forcing, which is quite a rich bid. But he probably upgraded his ace queen of hearts. His partner's bid them. So South has got a load of rubbish, but remember 2 spades is game forcing. So he's going to use a principle of fast arrival. Partner, I have a load of rubbish. Maybe you say something else, but a load of rubbish. And East will think about doubling, but can't really risk it. And he's done me. I wish he had. Queen of clubs looks like the most normal lead here. Could lead a heart, of course. There we go. Unless they get the heart rough now, but they're forced to declare them, which is likely to promote a 3rd trump trick for East. But a heart trick might be better. So imagine North had rebid 1 spade, South would still have bid 2 spades, and North would probably have gone on to 4. It's the bad spade break and the ace of clubs being wrong that makes this so bad. And it's likely to be the same in the other room. The potential that East might throw in a dodgy double. And you don't mind conceding 790 on a hand where it might improve your score from 200 to 500. But it would be a very dodgy double. It's limited auction, and South has said he's got a little rubbish. Two spade was game forcing. So you potentially might have considered it. So now comes the crucial time when he plays a spade to the 9. No, same thing. He could just play ace another spade, okay, which is a good thing to do because he's got winning clubs. Yeah. Okay. Because he was able to draw trumps east-west, which on Cow was trying to make the contract, of course. Pairs he might have played it different. So that's 4 off, which could turn out to be a little bit expensive. A few imps. And there's only 3 boards left. Ten imps went away on board 26. 29 they're not. Only on 27.
They're playing it in 3 diamonds. What's that?
Right on me. So 27 yourself may go off in 3 diamonds. So on board 30 he's won the trump. 14 count, well there's so 14 count you would upgrade, you got a 6 card suit. Next you don't like, still got that 6 card suit, so 1 no trump, 3 no trump. West didn't even think about doing more, so maybe 1 no trump was weak based. In which case is quite strong. So how good is 6 clubs? There's a mirror image in the majors, which is never good. And a heart lead would probably beat 6 clubs, but any other lead, everything goes away in the diamonds despite the bad break. So the room, they are going to open 1 no trump. Just hand. Looks like 6 diamonds is a possible make. Probable make, isn't it? 6 diamonds played by West, which you're unlikely to get to. 6 N played by West, you're unlikely to get to. So it's probably just going to be 3 no trump in the other room. You could even have 2 clubs in East hand. That shows clubs. Okay, so set up for his quick 12 tricks. That a diamond doesn't hang around in the card play. So we're short of Scottish spectators today because they're probably all still in France celebrating their famous rugby victory. Well done to Scotland beating the French. It's a great result. So It's not looking promising at the moment for Ireland, and let's see what damage England are doing in the other match. So England were within 5 points, but they've still got 1.47 more VPs they could get. WB are falling apart a bit, and they do play Ireland in the last match. But they do have some good players in WBU, some very experienced players. Got Martin Garvey, that's won the Camrose, playing for one of the English teams a few years back. Tim Rees, that's won a lot of events. So I feel there's a few more imps going away on
3 diamonds -3. You gain 5 imps.
Okay, 5 imps have come in, but there's imps going out on. Well, we've already had the imps going out to them. But there's this 4 space -4 that we've played in this room that could be whose imps. Take as a heart from south, double by west. Okay, we'll can't fault that at all. And north doesn't have enough to redouble. Could be when the trump could just pass. Non-vulnerable, I'm sure you would have bidden no trump. Of course, here 1 spade is the same as bidding, almost same as going the trump. Tonight's a major. Oh, it doesn't over heart, so I have a heart double. Okay, so we don't actually know what 1 spade is. It looks like it's the 9 of major, so they must do that over heart as well. Possibly they've done away with a penalty redouble. I don't see how you show spades otherwise. So a heart double spade alerted to 9 spades. Okay, and denied 3 hearts, of course. So south knows this. Likely a minor fits, a bit 2 diamonds. West will do something again. Double that should be taken. Or he's been talked out of something. Might just close his eyes and bid 3 clubs. He's got the values for 3 clubs, just not the length. Okay, well, I think they bailed out a bit cheaply then. How would 3 clubs have played? Diamond, a heart, 2 spades, and a club. 3 clubs probably going to at least 1 off. So can they beat 2 diamonds? Okay, well, he's got the hearts sitting with it. Declare him. Declare's got 2 spades, 3 diamonds is 5, a heart is 6, a club is 7. You can probably set up a long heart. Win the second diamond in dummy and play a heart, I would think. If they play a second diamond. See why they wouldn't. So the heart's behaving and you can force a spade entry, 2 diamonds. Doesn't look like it's going off. Let's say heart's behaving there. 3-3. West might do best to duck the heart of the queen. Okay. Playing for miracles is part of short clubs. Seems likely. Scotland tend to mix and match their senior and their open team, whereas in Ireland we tend to have two discrete teams. We've got a senior team and an open team, mainly different personnel. So I'd be worried about board 29. They're not played it yet. 28 I'd expect to be as flat as a pancake.
No trump as well.
Yeah. So it was out on 29 is what I'm predicting, unfortunately. And 30 highly unlikely to gain, but it could be 12 in or 12 out, depending on the slam bidding. So 2 diamonds is a bit boring, so we can just flick back to 30 just to see what the issues were with that. So when West Ham was in no trump, if that is strong, it's difficult to know if that's strong or weak. I think it's strong. It's surprising the West doesn't do a bit more that hand. So if they open a 14-16, no trump in the other room, which I think they will, rather than 2 clubs, then they could well get to 6 no trump. I don't think they get to 6 diamonds. Now, even if they get to 6 clubs, that needs a hard lead to beat, and they've got a choice from a heart and spade, I suspect. So could go either way. 30 could go either way. Could be flat. Could be 10 in. Could be 10 out. But if England are within 5 or 6 VPs of Ireland, they'll fancy their chances in the last 16 boards, and they'll have their top 2 players playing for sure. The 3rd pair are playing at the moment, and they're playing particularly well for England. So we moved off of this board because it doesn't look that interesting. Okay, 2 diamonds plus 1, yeah. Be flattish. Possibly East West. We've got to 3 clubs on board 31 and 1 off. I don't think they'll be selling out to 2 diamonds. So West is not going to make a squeak. North has a strong no trump. And the South will probably push on to 4 spades because all his points in the majors. The other option is to invite with 2 hearts, 2 spades, 3 spades. But he's a bit better than that. 7 count is. 8 count you definitely bid in, 7 counts you should bid most of them. And is it any good? Well, it certainly isn't, is it? 4 spades is going to be disastrous.
They're in 4 spades as well on 29.
Okay, but I don't think they're necessarily go 4 on. Okay, so fortunately, I think South is just going to invite with 3 spades, but if he does bid 4 spades, now I think it's a mild slam trap. So feels like he's only going to bid 3 spades, and North might let that go. But as you can see, East has got a routine club lead. Ace king of clubs in a rough. Wow, he's passed. That's a winning move. That is a winning move. People being 4 and a lot would be in at least 3. He's just got ace king of clubs in a club rough. And then West is just sitting back waiting for his other 3 trump tricks. So could be a good result, goodish result. So this is sitting on one off now. Just looking at, so England have 5.5 VPs behind. A little bit too much for their comfort. And they've played all their boards, so they won't be gaining any more. Just see who was. Simon Cook and Ericsson. So Forrester will be back in for the next set. And I'm feeling that Malinowski and the bottom will stay in. It was interesting to guess the lineup of the opponents. They're not playing Ireland, of course, they'd be playing Wales, I think. Wales tend to do quite well against England. So well done for stopping in 2 spades. This is just going to drift one off, so I would suggest we go into the other room and watch the end of this. People don't mind. Well, even if you do mind having control of the board, so taking us to the room when Ireland went 4 off in 4 spades, and that was because he was trying to make it. And it's a similar situation here, that he's trying to make it, playing for the spade to be Queen X onside rather than Ace Queen to 4 offside. Exactly the same play virtually. And I'm sure Mesber is good enough to play. Oh, okay, it might not make any difference, but could have just won with a queen, played ace and another. Still goes 4 off, okay. So that's a surprisingly flat board, which is good news for Ireland. So this is the hand which why we flick back to the other half of the match to see if they can get to a good slam. And I think 6 in the trump is, well, I don't know how good it is. It's the club's behaving, doesn't it? A non-heart lead. Maybe it's just a dull board and it'll be flat. Okay, that's 14 to 16-ish. It also includes a very flat 17. 14 to 16, and West will invite. And East might decide his 6-card club suit is good. West will not invite. West will just bid game. So excitement's all gone. Flat board. Assuming that they don't need a heart. Otherwise it's impetus gone. So that'll be, well, 5 diamonds, 2 spades, and the heart is 8 tricks, so it doesn't matter how we place the clubs. You think it does, but it's only the overtrick. That's your dog there. It's losing way. So what could have been a very exciting board has ended up being a dull board, but we'll stay in this match. So So remember the last match, Ireland play against the WBU team and England play against the Wales Open team. And it seems that Ireland will be taking in about a 6 VP lead, which is fairly substantial, meaning that 15 VPs will guarantee them the Camrose trophy. But there's 32 boards to navigate, and Wales and the WBU are both capable of playing very well. I'm not certain if I will be doing a YouTube or whether I'm booked to do a real bridge for the last match. I better check. So, North-South managed to steal the contract in 2 diamonds. If East-West do get to 3 clubs, which is possible, 2 spades is also possible, how will it play? They've got 2 spades, a heart, a diamond, and club at least, really. When the hearts get going, the spades get going on. Heart double will be the same. And the next bit will be different. The match we were watching a minute ago, John Carroll bid 1 spade, which apparently denied spades. Derek, being a traditional player, bids 1 a trump, which probably should be about 7 to 10, 7 to 11 even. More likely 7 to 9 because you would have redoubled with some of the others. You won't have 3-card heart sport for this bid. You could have done something else. So East is not going to say anything, South bid 2 dumps, so the auction is sort of similar than North bid 1 spade. And now West has to decide if it's given. Does he? Okay, he could have lied about his clubs, who bid 3 clubs, get some extra points. Or you can upgrade that to a 20 count, bid 2 no trump, which is what he's done. North might try 3 diamonds. Might decide to double. If they do defend, then West is in no trumps. West has got 4 club tricks. Just about, because of the club pips. The diamond's 5, heart is 6, and spades 7. If they need a heart, he's got an extra heart trick. And I see no reason why they wouldn't need a heart. So if they need a heart, I think 2 no trump could well be making. That gives him a second heart trick. And even if they need a diamond, he has chances. Okay, well, that's the best lead for the defense. Now, he's got to play clubs next. Diamond, he looks like 4th highest, so he's got 3 diamond losers. He knows he's got a club loser, that's 4. He's probably got 2 spade losers if they get in. But it's not going to be easy for them to switch to a spade. And 3-card suits. So there's no ducking of diamonds going to be going on here. It'll be the ace of diamonds. Okay, and then it'll be the ace of clubs. Very good. As if I'm in your seat, Nick. Pressing the buttons. Okay, so that's good news, the 10 of clubs. He's got a choice between a club or a small heart now, so he's played a club. Which is right. Club to the jack. Important to overtake the 9 with the jack. That's good duck. in reality, it's probably going to go one off, which is a small gain, isn't it? That's 110 versus 50, so 2 imps. Okay, let's play the heart first. Good. That's very clever playing the heart first. Certainly, he hasn't lost anything in the card play. Might get tired a little bit, but his card play is still as good as he's always been. Trouble is, opponents can find a spade switch. We'll find the spade switch. Oh, no, not to cash his heart first. Good mistake. Yeah. Okay, so it was the same effect as bidding 3 clubs, but maybe safer. But 1 off is a good result. 2 imps to Ireland. And there's 63-61 with this last board, and we sort of thought that Ireland did well to stop in 2 spades. Pretty well. East West have got nothing on. They've got a hard contract that's messy, isn't it? They lose a lot of tricks. I don't think West was going to open vulnerable. But Derek is probably playing a weak no trump Saunders and Romanis. I think they're pretty weak. Sorry, I haven't got the convention cards available. I was not looking at them. Yep, so that's a bit of a man that playing a weak no trump. Now South has been 1 spade. It's opposite of 1 no trump rebid from North. Then if that's 15-17, which the weak no trumpers tend to play these days, South may do more than bid 2 spades. No, he's done well as well. North isn't going to do anything with that. So some pretty good match from Scotland. It's why they're one of the leading teams in the second weekend. I think England might have scored more VPs than them, but they did beat England. And I think they won their second, maybe their third match. So the only difference is they're playing from the south hand rather than the north hand. There's a transfer option in the room. So they may be able to get rid of a club on his heart. And another club on the diamond. So, yeah, I can see them making this, yeah, because they get rid of 2 club losers on the heart lead. So it was a hand for leading your singleton, which you don't normally do when you have such good trumps. But a singleton club lead, and it would have gone off. Hard lead and hit made. So Ireland's good board was not a good board. They lost 4 imps. So means they've got 8.73 imps, not what the doctor ordered. So I think they'll have maybe only a 4 VP lead. No, they've got 5 and a little tiny bit. So it's game on for the last match. So it'll be a lot of excitement for the commentators. I'll check if I'm commentating, but thank you all for watching. And just put a thumbs up if you liked the presentation, and we'll do it again next week when Ireland are playing in the mixed, basically the mixed Camrose. Good luck to them next week. Okay, bye everyone. Enda Street.
So Fitzgerald said thanks, Peter.